thing that is, a lot of people attribute the challenges of his years to political deadlock in Washington. You think that the President of the United States actually has a lot more agency, I guess would be the word, to really make an impact despite deadlock. So let's correct that perception in your research.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the most important things about Barack's early years in politics in the Illinois State Senate down in Springfield is how successfully he worked with conservative Republicans. Republicans more conservative than a Mitch McConnell. He was a very outgoing figure in the Illinois State Senate. Made friends across the aisle, socialized with people, drink beer, play cards, and building those relationships in Springfield were what enabled him to be so successful in Illinois politics. Now, as president, does he make that sort of outreach to Republicans in Congress? No. To me, that's not just disappointing, but puzzling. How do you forget or discard something that had been one of the most successful parts of your repertoire?
I think what makes this so relevant today, and let me go back to that first question of, so if you were to characterize Obama in terms of being a success, a failure, middling, especially in comparison to the two presidents that followed, where do you think he will rank in history?
I would divide it into two pieces. Barack and Michelle and the family were an absolutely classy presence in the White House. I think they made even those of us who can be quite critical of his record proud of what they represented as a presidential family. And that contrasts both with the present day Biden family and with Donald Trump. But I'm somewhat to the left of Barack on many issues. And so I don't find the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, to be something to brag about. I view it as a humongous financial gift to the for-profit health insurance industry. But then I lived in Britain for a good number of years and have seen what a real national health service, universal insurance system feels like.
One of the things that you've chronicled is the relationship with Biden and the fact, that he did not allegedly want him to run. Talk a bit about that and how you think that may be framing where we are today. Again, I know there's a whole other conversation about Hunter Biden, Donald Trump, but the relationship between Barack Obama and Joe Biden. What did you discover and how do you think that's playing out?
The very first time I went to the White House to see Barack for the first time, waiting there just outside the Oval, who comes up to introduce himself to me but Joe Biden. I don't think by accident. But Biden was an excellent vice president, very loyal, very close to Barack, clearly gave Barack lots of advice and not talking out of turn, telling others what he was up to. But I think that, and this is not something I know, this is just what I perceive. I think by 2015, 2016, Obama realized that Joe Biden wasn't getting any younger. And, on the merits, there's no question that Hillary Clinton, was and is qualified to be president of the United States. Now, clearly, Biden was hurt by that, though he did a superb job of not, dramatizing that in public. David Samuels, who interviewed me for Tablet, as you noted earlier, Samuels believes very strongly, this is his belief, not mine, I do not know it, that Obama in D.C. has continued to be a very important behind-the-scenes counselor, advisor, Samuels might put it a little more strongly than that, throughout the Biden administration to date.
You don't believe that, or you have no evidence of that?
I don't perceive evidence of that. I mean, from what I know, the Obamas have been spending most of their time on Martha's Vineyard, not in D.C. Granted, the percentage of Biden administration officials who are Obama veterans is astonishingly high. So those relationships, of course, continue. But I draw back from any notion that Obama is some behind the curtain political ventriloquist.